Okay, hi guys. Today we're actually going to be reacting to Days of Girlhood from Dylan Mulvaney. You already know who Dylan Mulvaney is. He's a person that's on TikTok. He has a huge following because of the fact that he likes to act like a little girl. I don't understand it, but I guess he made a video of him singing and he's calling it a song. So we might as well just react to it to see how good his singing is, because I have over 350 songs on my playlist, and maybe this is good, maybe this is bad. Maybe I'll add it to my playlist, maybe I won't. I have avoided every single review of this song for a week because I finally have the time to review it now. With that being said, this is my actual take on the song. Ew, before we even start the song, there's something about going outside barefoot that just grosses me out. I don't know. I could never go outside barefoot. I need to have, if it's the summer, I need to have some sandals on. The only thing that I could actually walk on barefoot is actually the beach. If I'm not walking on the beach, I do not want to be barefoot. Not even in my house am I barefoot. So the fact that you're walking on dirt, the fact that you're walking on grass is just disgusting to me. Okay, so right away, girls like me, obviously, Dylan, you're not a girl. If anything, you would be a man. And technically, if you were technically a biological female, you would be a woman. You wouldn't be a girl. So at your age, you would be technically, if you were a female, you would be a woman. You would not be a girl. So that's just right off the bat. Obviously, my sister does not need to learn how to be a quote-unquote girl. She just is a girl. And when she becomes a woman, when she turns 18, she does not need to learn the quote-unquote basics. That's right away. It does not make a lot of sense here.
Glass, look, quick change, sip champagne, playing catch up 'cause we missed the pregame.
Not really. For my mom, at least, my mom loves football, so I don't know if the pregame, quote-unquote, is talking about football. My mom loves football, sometimes even more than my dad, and my dad played football. She's the one that screams at the TV. I'm trying to go to bed a little bit early one day. Maybe the game's on a little bit later. My mom's sitting on the couch screaming at the TV. So there's no fill-in that my mom actually needs to get about the game. She just is screaming already. And just like my grandma's screaming at the TV, just like if we go over her house for the Super Bowl, they're all screaming together. I hear my dad screaming, my mom screaming, my grandma screaming, my grandfather just is there because he's calm. He's the only calm one. And they're just all screaming at the TV. Nobody needs to be filled in about the pregame, quote unquote, unless it's me, because I don't even follow sports. I went to a Patriots game and I fell asleep. That's how much I do not care about football. And my dad played football. So that's just telling you right there.
Chat where you at, drop a pin. We're doing hot girl shit. Get in. Monday can't get out of bed. Tuesday morning pick up men.
Okay, so from my mom's up. My mom's up at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, the absolute latest during the week. Because if she gets up and she needs to do a couple of things and she does not have enough time to do them, she's doing them. We're going to be late for work. So that's not her whatsoever. Tuesday morning, pick up meds. My mom does not pick up medicine. If anybody, she sends my dad over to CVS and says, pick up the medicine, please. It's mostly for my dad anyway. So if she's in the area, she'll pick it up. If my dad's in the area, he'll pick it up. If I'm in the area, she's like, oh, can you go get me some stamps and pick up your dad's medicine from CVS? I'll pick it up. So it's not like she's going out getting medicine like she's depressed. And then if you look at the video right here, he has a bunch of prescription medicines. So there's a lot of things wrong with Dylan Mulvaney here.
Wednesdays retail therapy, cash or credit, I say yes.
Okay, so I think that's, I mean, obviously that's stereotypical that girls like to spend money, but it's true. I mean, it's true. If you were it's not retail therapy. That's not what's true about it. It's the fact that women like to spend the money. That's true. The retail therapy, as if everybody's depressed because they're on their meds, that's not correct whatsoever.
They had a walk of shame, didn't even know his name.
Okay, so it's like when they clinged, they didn't even touch cups, and then the cling came on. That's a little annoying as a person that likes to make videos and stuff like that. That did not really add up. Again, what he's saying here is that he's just having sex with a bunch of people, and come on, girls, we're doing hot girl shit. That's supposed to be hot girl shit, doing the walk of quote unquote shame because you didn't even know his name. You're having sex with him. And you could tell already that he knows that this video will get a lot of hate because, of course, the comments are turned off. I never turn the comments off for any of my videos. I let every single person say exactly what they want to say on every single thing that Origo Studios, my media company, puts out, or me personally puts out. I will never, ever, ever shut the comments off on any one of my videos. It's not my fault that YouTube turned off the likes and dislikes ratio because they did it for the president of the United States. So that's just disgusting right there, coming back to Dylan.
Weekends are for kissing friends. Friday night I'll overspend.
Okay, so Friday night I'll overspend. Weekends are for kissing friends. I don't know if girlhood really consists of that, being lesbian. I don't know. I'm not a woman. I can ask my sister. She does not kiss her friends. So that's just wrong. Friday night, I'll overspend. Yeah, my sister does overspend. But the thing is, this is all in accordance with the quote-unquote depression because you're picking up your quote-unquote meds. So, again, I don't agree with it in the context, but in isolation, I can see exactly where he's getting the stereotypical woman from. But it's not stereotypical woman. It's called girl. He's saying girlhood. Girls don't overspend because they don't have money. They don't even have a job. A girl is anybody that is not the full-aged woman. That's what a girl is.
We flirt for drinks, playing wingmen to our twinks.
Okay, so I don't completely understand where he's getting this, playing wingman to our twink. So you're going to gay clubs and just being a wingman for your gay best friend? I don't really understand where he's getting this from. What movie he actually saw to actually say that women play wingman to their gay friends. Maybe some of them do. Stereotypically, I don't think so because they would rather just get in a relationship for themselves. I'm not saying that girls are self-centered. I'm just saying why would they waste time doing that?
Monday, the Twilight soundtrack. Use my breakdown in the bath.
So, I mean, my mom seldomly takes baths. I mean, I'm saying this in the context, my grandma barely takes baths. I mean, as far as I know, at least. She takes baths sometimes, of course. Showers every single day. My mom barely takes baths. It's like on an anniversary, my dad would fill up the tub and then put like flowers and the bubble bath thing to make it all cute. And she'd be like, oh, that's cute. She'll go in it for like maybe 5 minutes. The last time I remember him actually going out of his way to actually do that. 5 minutes and then she's out. She takes the shower, drains the tub. That's it. That's a waste of time. She would rather be like watching a movie. She likes watching right now, she was just telling me about a series that she's watching about England and the royal family, which is actually very interesting. Because of the queen of the Princess of Wales, what's actually going on. So it's very interesting to see that point of view when she starts talking to me about that. That's very interesting. So she would rather be doing that. We don't have a TV in our bathroom, so she wouldn't really be doing this. Yeah, she likes champagne, she likes mimosa, but that's on vacation. That's not every day. That's not every Sunday.
These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. Every day, every night, rise or shine, they're all mine.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's really not even that good. I mean, put aside the lyrics, put aside the visuals of the song. It's not the music video, I should say. Not really that good. It's just not good vocals. Really, not at all. Putting aside the politics of it, putting aside all the controversy around Dylan as a man, it's just very, very bad. The song. I listen to songs. I like to react to actually good songs. I don't even pay attention to a lot of English songs in America because they're so highly politicized. I like to listen to songs that aren't politicized, and if they are politicized, then I'm like, oh, well, this is actually interesting. This agrees with my values. But other than that, it's like once every half a year, once every 6 months, I'm like, oh, let me listen to a politicized song. I would never add this to my playlist. So I don't know. It's just not good.
Then I'll be alright. Got my dolls by my side. These are the days. These are the days.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing that says more patriarchy than this statement. The patriarchy is over, says a man. Hold my beer, says a man. Like, what? The patriarchy has been over since Silicon Valley hired all CEOs that are women. That's when the quote unquote patriarchy, since women has first entered the workforce during World War II, the patriarchy was over. World War II, 1970s, well, even before that. That's when it first revolutionized, and then the whole entire family structure fell apart. We have people without fathers in their home. It's a very upsetting time. And the happiness scale in America, and you can say, oh, whatever you want. America is not rated as a happy country. That's because we put our family structure second and everything else first. That's sad. That's pathetic.
Back at home, we replay the breakup. Stay up all night, fall asleep in our makeup.
Yeah, I don't know. My sister and I are really up into the skincare stuff where like, oh, let's get this cleanser because it's better, or this moisturizer because it's better. Maybe if my sister was to ever wear makeup once in a while and she was to accidentally fall asleep, it would be seldom. It would be like once a year. I don't really want to talk for her because she can talk for herself. But the thing is, I barely would understand that this would happen as frequently as what he's saying here in this video.
Mom brought me into the world. Sister taught me how to girl. Best friend coached me.
Okay, sister taught me how to girl. Okay, my sister does not need to teach me how to girl. It doesn't even make any sense. My mom does not need to teach my sister how to girl. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. My sister does not need to go to my cousin to say, how do I become a girl? Like, what? You just are a girl. Nobody needs to teach anybody how to girl.
How to text the boy toy that I'm dating next. Girls who help show me the way. They're why I'm in it, girl, today.
Okay, so breaking this down here. Help me text the boy toy that I'm talking to next. So now you're just looking at boys as if, oh, I'm just gonna toy around with him. Hey, it's not a relationship that I actually want to keep. It's sad because a lot of people actually look at it like that. But then the few people that actually want to look at relationship as sacred, actually get married, actually have a sustained relationship and stay with that person instead of falling for the next person next and, oh, who's next? Who's next? Oh, I get bored of you. Let me just break up with you and fall for the next person. Instead of just relaxing for a second, saying, listen, this is the only life I'm going to live. How about if I live my life with somebody that actually appreciates me? How about if I live my life with somebody that appreciates us together instead of me for my body? That's why a lot of people are not getting married as much as they used to. It's why a lot of people are looking to marriage and saying, why would I get married? Whoa, ooh, I could have sex with 10 different people. It's not good. Look at all of these people that have OnlyFans that are going away from OnlyFans. Look at all the people that have been in the porn industry and getting out of the porn industry, trying to get married. They're saying that their life was ruined at the beginning of their life, and now they want to turn it around and say, no, I do not appreciate that. So just like how a lot of those people have regretted what they did, there's not one person that have went through marriage and had kids and stuff like that, and had a marriage that actually appreciated both of them together and said, no, I regret marrying you. My grandparents have been married for over 50 years, both of my grandparents, and thank God I have both of them every single day. And I thank God for their marriage that has been together, and I appreciate both of them for coming together and saying, listen, we're going to do this for our family, not just for our family now, but for our future family, our grandkids, and then our great-grandkids, God willing. They did it not only for them, and that's the most precious thing that you can do because it's the most selfless thing that you can do. It's the most cherishable thing that you could possibly do because you're not just getting in the relationship for your behalf or your benefit. You're going and staying in the relationship, staying in the marriage for other people in their foundation within their whole entire life. That's why you get into a marriage and stay married. That's why when you look at your grandparents, they most of the time stayed married. That's why, because they appreciate each other. They do things for each other. And yes, they have their ups and downs. We're human. You can get in an argument. But now when you get into arguments and disagreements, you come together at the end of the day and say, listen, I disagree with you on this, but let's have a conversation about it and have a civil disagreement. That's why during COVID, a lot of people were just ousting their families and saying, I'm never going to talk to you again. Why do that instead of having a civil disagreement? Saying, listen, I disagree with you on that, but let's have a conversation about this. Instead of getting mad about something, and yes, this is living in a a slight fantasy world that people don't get mad, but it's not. Taking a step back sometimes and saying, listen, I'm not mad. Why are you mad? Why are we going to get frustrated about the situation? It's just a disagreement. We're going to come together at the end of the day. Let's come and say, listen, I say this. What do you say? Okay, now let's look at this and let's look at this. Sometimes during an argument, let's just say with your family members or somebody that you just disagree with online, you say, listen, let's just take a step back and say, no, I disagree with you on this, this, and this, but I would like to make my point across without getting frustrated. And sometimes I fall victim to that too, because I'm like, no, you know what? I feel like I have the facts on my side here, but you still have to listen to the other person's perspective at the end of the day. This goes back to the relationship point. A lot of people think that they're just automatically right in the relationship, and they're doing a bunch of tests on their boyfriend or girlfriend to see if they're really quote unquote the one. Why do that? What's the point of toying around with other people? How about we just be normal? Be normal, and that's the best way that we could actually have a flourishing society again. And I made a video about how you can be flourishing without quote unquote getting married. That's a highly biblical aspect, but at the same exact time, it is just truth at the end of the day. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm Bible thumping. I'm not even a Christian. I'm Greek Orthodox. And I like to say, listen, I like to pray to Jesus and God sometimes. But I'm not sitting here saying you need to follow the Bible and go to church every single. I'm not saying that, and I'm saying that that's a really good thing that you do that, because of course He's our Lord and Savior. But at the same exact time, we need to just sit here and have some common sense for once. If you're going to have a disagreement with somebody, why not just say, listen, I'm open to your perspective. Like I'm open to actually seeing this video. I'm disagreeing with him. But the thing is, I'm not going to sit here and say something that's made up. I'm not going to sit here and call him a girl because he's not a girl. It's common sense and it's actual biological fact. I stick to the facts, and it does not really matter if he's quote unquote hurt by it. If I'm sitting here opening up and using my time to actually look at the music video and break it down and say what I disagree with on a open dialogue. I would sit here and have open dialogue with Dylan and say, listen, why do you feel the way that you feel? And then maybe he can ask me, why do I feel the way that I feel? And we'll come together and say, listen, maybe we won't, maybe we will. And maybe it'll never happen. It probably won't never happen. But I'm saying that I will never sit here and just say, no, you're this and you're that. I will never call on anybody names because I don't feel like that's just. It's not just to just sit here and say, oh no, you're a bad person because of this. Listen, I disagree with him, and I feel like he is doing some bad things in the aspect of the targeting of the children, primarily girlhood, quote unquote. So I'd like to talk about that, an open dialogue. But I'm not going to sit here and scream. I'm not going to sit here and call each other names because it's not going to help anything at the end of the day. That's the best thing that we could possibly do for each other at the end of the day. Have civil disagreements like we used to do. And if we censor each other and say, no, I'm not going to have you on the podcast. I'm not going to have you even talk to me. You're stupid. Block people. That's not what is going to help out at the end of the day. Coming together and saying we disagree with each other on this, but let's come together and say, you know what, I disagree with you. And, we could just keep it at that sometimes. If we can never come to an agreement on something, we can say, no, I just disagree with you. Some people I just disagree with on foreign policy. Some people I disagree with on other things. And I just don't talk about those very things with those very people. And that's exactly what we can do in the terms of a relationship, going back to that.
These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. Every night, your eyes are shy and they're all mine. Thick or thin, I'll be alright. Got my dolls by my side.
Okay, so got my dolls by my side. So I don't know what he really means by got my dolls by my side, because usually in the music video you would actually have dolls by your side, but is he talking about actual people being dolls? I don't understand that. That's why I'm saying, listen, I just don't understand the music video. I don't know if you need outside context to actually see what he actually means when he says dolls. I don't really understand that. Um, Night or day, I'll be all right. Okay, so maybe you will be all right. Maybe you won't be all right. But I feel like if we were to isolate that and say, listen, yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to be all right. But the thing is, at the same time, does he mean that in isolation, or does he mean that with context? Context matters, and that was out of context. I mean, I feel like that statement he said was out of context. Not even that I'm pinpointing that statement that he said and just taking that out of context myself. I just don't understand what that even means. In what context are you going to be all right? In your feelings aspect, in your physical aspect, are you really going to be all right if you do things that you might regret later in life? If you're going down this path now, are you going to regret it later in life when you're older? That's the question we all have.
These are the days. These are the days. These are the days of girlhood. Love ya.
Yeah, so no, I completely disagree with the song. Obviously, the comments are shut off, so I really can't see what other people are really saying about this song other than the reactions. Obviously, the reactions really are not all that good, especially because of the fact that he turned off the comments. He would have just kept open the comments if he knew that a lot of people were actually agreeing with him. I feel like popularity for Dylan is actually going down over time, and you can actually see this in every single thing that he touches. You can see the Bud Light situation. You can see every single other brand that he's ever touched. He has actually made them fall and collapse. It's not good. So appreciation and quote unquote acceptance for Dylan has fallen. That's actually a good thing for society, because we should not be pushing somebody that is an adult pretending to be a child, number one. Number two, we should not be pushing ideologies that are not flourishing for society. And if everybody was to follow the same exact line that Dylan was going to go down, we would actually see society collapse, because there will not be actual men in society. They're not going to be actual, quote unquote, we're not going to see men in society, women in society. We're going to see men pretending to be girls, which is a child, and we're going to see what? Women pretending to be boys? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. You're going to see children running around, but instead of the 3 feet, 4 feet children, you're going to see adults that are 6 feet tall running around pretending to be children. It's just comedic. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy my reaction to this. I feel like I really said my point across. Obviously, this reaction is about 26 minutes long. And I really appreciate you guys if you do stick till the end and actually hear what I'm actually saying, instead of actually just going to the comment section, disliking the video. Just, if you go to the comment section, make your point across without calling people names. Make your point across actually using the English language. Because the last time when I reacted to Sam Smith, I was saying that it was ugly. He was ugly in that one aspect when he popped through the curtains and everybody released the firestorm on me. I don't really care about the firestorm, which is why I continued the channel, and after that, I don't really care. The thing is, how about if we have civil disagreements like we actually used to have? That's the best thing we can do for society. I disagree fundamentally with Dylan Mulvaney. I disagree with that aspect. And I disagree pretty much if he's a liberal. I disagree with him on foreign policy and economic policy. He probably doesn't even know a lot about economic policy, knowing that he almost bankrupted Bud Light. So that's just that right there. But at the end of the day, we all come together, and I feel sorry for Dylan that he's actually going through this perverse ideology and is ruining his life. I feel bad for him. And that's why I'm making this video here and saying I really would feel bad for anybody going down this path of self-mutilation and self-harm. That's why I feel bad. And this is exactly why when we react to people like this, they have a mental disorder. They have a mental disorder. According to the DCM-5, it's called gender dysphoria. If you research gender dysphoria, it's a very, very serious mental condition. I feel bad for Dylan Mulvaney. That's how I will end this video.